is sponsored by Gilman and Bedigian.
It is 7:45. You know, we tell you about food recalls all the time, where to return it, how to get your money back. But what happens if you are actually injured because of that product? This morning, attorney Charles Gilman with Gilman and Bedigian is here to talk us through and walk us through the steps if you bought something that has recently been recalled. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you for having me, and good morning.
Good morning to you. It's an interesting thing because we hear about these food products that have often been recalled. How do you know if maybe you could get some compensation for something of that?
Well, it depends. You know, first of all, you want to be healthy. And second of all, if you're not, then you deal with the compensation issue. But it's simple. If you've digested or ingested a recalled food product and you have the symptoms that are consistent with what it was recalled for, you might be entitled to damages. And your damages would include any time you've missed from work, lost wages, any medical bills you've incurred, and then that magic number that nobody really knows what it is. It's kind of touchy-feely, that pain and suffering number.
Right.
That's associated with all the inconvenience or all your trips to the bathroom, hospital, or whatever it may be.
So how do you find out more? Where do you go to find out the details of the, you know, what you could be feeling from this recall?
Well, right now, it's, you know, the internet's a great resource. You have to be careful which website you go to. But first step would be to figure out if you have a recalled product. A lot of the grocery stores or food stores have it on their website. The FDA has it on their website. So there's plenty of places to figure out if you have a recalled product. And then the next step would be, if you have peculiar symptoms after you've ingested a recalled product, would be to seek medical attention.
Right.
I don't want to tell people to Google it because doctors tell you to go to the doctor rather than Google it. But listeria, for one, and some of the other foodborne illnesses do have common elements to them.
And you'll want to get some paperwork to document your illness, that this actually in fact happened, because when you talk about a payout, you're going to start seeing recall chasers, people who are trying to actually get sick and get some money.
Absolutely. I mean, and look, nobody's going to be able to prevent that, but you hope nobody does that intentionally, because it's not worth the pain and aggravation. But you are going to want to save the container that the food came in, your receipt if you still have it. And, you know, when you go to the doctor, patient first, or the hospital, they're going to run some tests on you, or they're going to make notes of the symptoms you had. And they're either going to be consistent with the type of recall or disease or ailment, or they're not. And that's how you can prove in a case like this whether or not you are a true victim.
Aside from those people who are trying to take advantage of the system, this is something that can be really helpful for people who really have gotten hurt. Besides just getting a stomach bug, there can actually be serious issues if you've digested, you know, pieces of metal or plastic. Oh
yeah, if you digest a piece of metal or plastic, you can do a lot of damage. You can cut your tongue, you can cut your mouth. Stitches may be necessary. There's a lot of damage that gets done by foreign objects and food in people's mouths.
And it's not necessarily that you're suing them, it's just you're getting money from the recall.
Well, you're making a claim against the manufacturer who was negligent in allowing that foreign object to get into your food.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Thank you for shedding some light on this.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
All right, looking at 7:48 on this Monday morning, we want to turn it over to meteorologist Jonathan Meyer.